what is it, your hopes and dreams for the built environment from the city to the countryside and, and so on? The style that you would like to see, the philosophy behind the design. What is it that gets your juices flowing?
Yeah, there's quite a few things actually. So when I was a kid, I really liked like New York. I still like New York. I'm like, why don't we have any skyscrapers? And I actually quite like seeing that we've got a nice skyline now, because that's what for me defines a city. City, not a town.
Yeah. Well, if you asked someone to draw a city, I think you'd get that sort of skyscraper skyline, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And I love that, and I love the fact that we're embracing like that now, skyscrapers.
Right.
But I've got to make sure that, like, not me personally, but the developers, we have got to make sure building them that they're nice, they're good quality homes and not just boring boxes. So I've been in Settle, new space at HBD Developments, and I've been to Gunsmith House, and that was really nice. And they're quite spacious, and they're good,
Elevate are like that.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry with Elevate. You know they're going to be coming with quality.
Yeah,
and that little extra.
Yeah.
Obviously the fear is, particularly as you mentioned earlier, if you've got foreign money, and the money is far removed from this city, and not people that are from here, they don't love this city. They don't care. It's just a commercial venture.
They're just buying up the stock, and that is the thing, and that also then drives up the price for people, and then the affordability element goes out of it. But yeah, so the skyscrapers are really light, and then I think what I mentioned earlier, like true sustainability, like converting some of these buildings into either like that are not useful as commercial entities anymore, so you're using them as residential use, or refurbishing the commercial buildings that you could bring back to the community and do something with. So I've seen a lot of that going on in like the likes of like Moseley and Kings Heath and Balsall Heath. I think something's going to happen there.
It's got to
soon.
It's got to, because you've got the gorgeous building, the old baths.
Yeah.
You got the old print works, which I know is use.
That used to be Co-Archie's first offices.
Really, I didn't know that. Well, the print works, I've been in there.
Co-working space,
and I know it. It's an active building. It's not like derelict or unused, but I think more can be done with it.
That's why we left, unfortunately.
Right.
Like we got sold it to that it's like community art space, creative, but in the rooms it's closed off.
It does bug me.
It's open up a bit more.
There does seem to be a bit of a trend that bugs me of certain areas. You've got little stretches of high street that just seem to be completely unplanned. You get chock-a-block, like you cannot drive through them at more than 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But like almost like they weren't planned to be high streets.
Yeah.
You got the outdoor greengrocers, and you've just got so many tiny little shops, and there's too many deliveries in and out, and it
looks messy.
They're really doing my nutted. But like the stretch between like Balsall Heath, Moseley, that really could do with some better planning.
100%.
And there's probably 20 of them that I could name.
Yeah, you've got that BT Telecoms building as well. That's
stuff
important,
like
and
that.
Something needs to happen. I think something has been lodged for that planning, but that's going to probably take a while. And then, sort of going out of towns and cities, there's like greenbelt properties. I still think that does need to be protected. Whether that, I'm still like, because when people say you can't build in the greenbelt, that's not true. You can, but it's harder to do, and there is certain rules around it. There is certain paragraphs within the National Planning Policy Framework. 80.
Paragraph 8.
That is one of them as well.
79 and 80. Yeah, they're exemptions. What is it? Particular architectural interest or something like that?
Like architectural design, beautiful. So that is very subjective. Like, what is that? Yeah. So it's you want.
The MPPF could do with an overhaul.
Yeah, even though it had one in December, and
in December just
gone.
Are you kidding?
No, have a look here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It can't have been much.
It wasn't too much, because when we got a little breakdown from our planning consultant sponsors, there wasn't big changes much at all. I think that. Some sustainability B&G bits and bobs.
Oh, great, more.
Yeah, I know, right? But that's another topic. But yeah, we won't discuss on that one, the bit old B&G debacle.
Would you say that the MPPF could go back to the drawing board?
Maybe on some areas.
Some areas go back to the drawing board. Like, it's a tricky one, isn't it? You don't want to lose anything that's...
Yeah, the MPPF is obviously the overarching hierarchy of everything. And then councils can take... They have to obviously conform to national, but they have their own local bits. So just on the affordable housing element in the MPPF, like affordable housing kicks in at 10 in the MPPF, but you don't have to have it at 10. Whereas Birmingham, it's 14.
You can put it higher or lower.
Exactly, where some councils are like a 2, 3.
It's 10 or 1,000 square meters. Is that right?
Something like that. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, there is
whichever comes first.
That's right. Yeah.
Affordable housing is another murderous one. This podcast has just turned into an agony aunt session, hasn't it? Yeah, that's brilliant. That's fine. That's what it's for.